Pisces, welcome back for your mid-month reading. I have pulled the cards ahead of time and I pull clarifiers for your counterpart, your love interest, or a person you're currently dealing with. So that's earth, air, fire, water, and I'll tune into that like individually after your read, or and then jump back and see if I get more downloads. Now, those of you who are new, a big warm welcome. Also, those of you who have returned, thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. I really do appreciate it. Now, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll get into your reading. Okay, let's see what's going on with you guys. Now, interestingly enough, with the other reads, I used different cards. But the way it came out, I feel particularly was intended. So I've left it as is, and the frequency of what's coming through for you is you may not want to address a certain area. It can be a physical block that's coming up at the last hour. It may be you've actually physically, for some of you, moved away from the aspect of your darkest fears. Others of you, it may be you haven't directly dealt with something yet. Now, you are needing to nurture yourself, and it is the downtime, Christmas, New Year's. I do also feel a frequency of a realization in your hands and light being kind of shone on it in meditation. So for you, I feel you're doing a little bit of work on yourself and having some downtime. And I feel maybe the aspect of resolving and dissolving those old fears in connections and within yourself is very much about removing the white noise and coming down to a place where you can have some downtime. You may need to remove yourself from 3 particular individuals, 2, 4. Not in a sense that you don't wish to be with them, but to gain the clarity within your own soul of what you spiritually feel is going on with you. Now, inside, I'm hearing, is very much the key to your heart. It's looking inside and having that clarity. Also with you guys, I do feel in a sense of the connection. You had to release something that didn't transpire the way you felt it was. And a lot of us are tying up those loose ends and ending chapters. This is very much an ending cycle, a karmic resolve, so to speak, inside and out. Birds and animal totems are very much trying to send you frequencies, but you need to be out in nature in order to get the downloads and hear what your higher self is actually telling you. You may not be currently seeing an individual or seeing something from a particular perspective due to the fact that you're needing to do this, especially if a shadow aspect hasn't completely come to the surface yet to be resolved due to the fact of a busy schedule. Heart chakra also is going to be worked on in this romantic connection, so it's so strange, head and heart. It may be guilt connected to a past tense situation where you felt you used neither or that you should have, or that you feel guilty that you did. But there's this aspect going on in a circular motion in your mind of your darkest fears that if you stop and nurture yourself in looking at these connections, whichever you're connected to, and previous connections, so even saying connections is synchronistic, really psychoanalyzing yourself to the point where it might be a bit of self-blame going on, or self-analysis, which is common, retrogrades, and then slowing down to the point of celebratory season, celebrations, Christmas, New Year's, seeking the truth inside, but don't be afraid of it. Balance, really, regardless of who these connections were, they've educated you to prepare you for a connection, for the connection. Also, the mirroring effect in connections and moving beyond what you were in the past and what you were yesterday, what you're going to be, taking both energies and moving forward. I feel your energy has put a pause on it, and if you aren't getting communication, it's due to this. I very much do feel that. For those of you who are in a connection, you're going through a spiritual transformation, and it feels like the last part of that transformation of releasing this block. If you're dealing with an earth sign, they're really healing at a very similar level to you, and or they can directly see this is happening regardless. within the connection or within you, but it can bounce both ways. But I feel anything that was blocking them is going to be removed, and they're going to be more free to see it from your side and their side collectively, because really head and heart energies here. Try not to be in that fear aspect of not choosing love because of what happened in the past. I do feel that's a very prominent energy, or what you think nature is, really going in circles between what is the best option, and you know, feeling maybe every option you chose was wrong, but every option made you who you are today. Air signs, if you're directly dealing with them, they're waiting for this transformation to happen, and perhaps for, you know, this connection to go to the next level. They're waiting maybe for you to do a 360 similar to them, or vice versa, but they do feel they have deep connection with you. And it can be like a deep spiritual connection. Maybe at times your two worlds were opposite, but, you know, really they have this, it's strange. I've never noticed this. It's almost like there's an apple inside the heart. And really they do say a third eye is down here. Don't quote me. It's strange, like the heart, the intuitive heart. I feel you might have had 2 cycles with this individual, 2 different life cycles or 2 different lives. And again, I'm seeing January's eclipse being relevant to a transformation happening with you too. That maybe in January you have some plans if you're directly working together. Other than that, I am feeling moon energy coming through. And a choice between 2 paths, and perhaps them looking at you in an idle motion at the moment. Mid-month. Fire signs. Moving away from the old energy, or moving away from this and the old chapter. All old chapters have to go. We can't take them with us. In a sense of a memory, education and a tool, yes, but we can't live yesterday in fear, you know, of what was wrong. This person needs to move forward. They do want to move forward with you, I feel. But it can be that they're looking at it, that you've decided no with them. Others of you, it can be physically, it's just ending a karmic cycle in order to move forward physically. But the dark fears in addressing them can help to move that situation forward. Water signs, they're really manifesting this in, though. They've really got a little bit more power back in their hands. Well, I say a little bit, that they're not, I'm feeling, the reason I said a little bit is because I feel they're not being cocky about it. They're using it in a humble, integrity-driven manner in the way they're feeling towards you. They're dealing with some aspects right now, so that if you're working together, I feel they're actually holding some of the energy so that you can recoup and transform. You have a lot of energy around you where your hands can actually be utilised for energy healing. Those of you who are working in that domain in the health field or something to that degree, I do feel you're really needing to recoup and recover, or go into some meditation, yoga, you know, whatever you feel directly connects with you in a sense of replenishing your soul and getting grounded. But I do feel the pause is really on your side. You know, sometimes we feel, gee, we haven't heard from this person. I've been trying to manifest them in. A lot of times it's not that both of you aren't correct. It's just you getting grounded to a point you can be open to it and trust in it. But with your third eye and your heart chakra in reverse, try and meditate with these chakras to help open them, heal them, and balance them. And I feel things should start flowing. Other than that, if you are wanting a booking, the link is below. Happy New Year. Look after yourselves. See you during the month and in 2019.